Hello everybody, my name is Rad. I have made a video 6 months ago which I spoke in 14 different languages. That video was made to Jonathan Pollard, the American Jewish prisoner who is unfortunately still in the prison in the United States. I would like to share with you the knowledge that I have in languages, in learning new languages, the tips, the methods. As you can see, as you can hear, English is not my mother tongue language. Hebrew is my mother tongue language. I'm an Israeli, but I intend to do most of the videos in English and some of them in other languages. Today I would like to talk about children. How to learn languages like children. Many of you who have been trying to learn a language see that it's something difficult. And I think that the difficult that you feel doesn't have to be. I think that we must adopt a new way to learn a language. The way that is being taught in schools and university, I disagree with this way. I don't think that it really helps the child or the adult to really be fluent in the language unless he do a lot of homework. I don't mean homework by just homework, but if he studies after the school and so on. And the question is, how can a 3 years old, 4 years old know a language so good? 3 years old, 4 years old doesn't know anything about life, anything, math, anything, even know how is 1 and 1. He doesn't know it, but still he knows how to speak a language fluently. How is it possible? It's possible because the way that he has been taught to learn a language is to do it like a child. And I think that we have to, of course, that it's not possible for us in 30 years old, 40 years old, trying to be like a child or be 24 hours exposed to the language. It's impossible. But what we can do is to adopt some of the methods of children in order to learn a language. And I think that there is several, which I will mention here, ways to do it. One, you have to be exposed to the language as much as you can. Even if you can an hour a day, and then an hour a day. If you can 2 hours, then 2 hours, half. But you must be exposed to it. This is very important. And B, you have to learn new language, new words every day. Of course, everybody studies words when you learn a language. But I mean, you have to study a lot of words. I do believe that words are the basic of language. And when you study those words, do not treat them like some, I don't know, a book, a picture. Try to abstract the words that you learn. Try to think about when you study how to say fire. Think about a fire. When you study how to say man, think about a man that you know. Try to be more creative, because children are very creative and adults are usually not. And I think that this is one of the obstacles that we adults have in learning languages. We are not creative at all. We are like machines, we are like the robots. It's very hard to. Language is something very alive, something that I don't think that there is other thing in the whole world which is more alive than a language. If you think about culture, you think first about the language of the culture, because the language is what makes the culture. So these are the few things that of course there are more, and I will mention it in my next video. But the point is that you have to be creative. You have to be very creative. You must stop thinking about the language like something like you learn math. I'm learning languages and I'm learning math. No, something very, very different. Language is not like math. It's not like geographic. It's not like physics. Something that, as I said before, this is the basic of a culture. A culture is one of the biggest forces we have in the world, and I think that language, we have to respect the language. We have to give it the respect, and we must stop treat language like some kind of a subject that we learn. No, this is something bigger than us in millions. And when children learn languages, they don't learn languages, they just feel it. And I think that the feeling when you learn a language is very important, because you just have to be like a child as much as you can when you learn language. This is hard, but this is one of the way that you will not just learn a language and know how to talk, but the language will be part and parcel of you. Nobody forgets mother tongue language, nobody, never. And we have to achieve to this goal. Not all of us will speak the language fluently. It's very hard. But when we learn a language, in the beginning, in the end, in the middle, we have to be as much as we can in the mind of a child, in the mind of creative. Okay, thank you very much. I hope in my next video I will give you some more advice about other things that has to be with language learning. Thank you very much.